Today is a very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, one of their most disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. We are all indebted to him. As you all know, he is known throughout the world, everyone knows. He appeared in Calcutta. I once went to visit his appearance place, South Calcutta, and he was born in Gauriya Vaishnava family. His father was a devotee, and there was one Radha Govinda temple nearby. So from birth he was already devotee, and did Ratha Yatra as a child. And he met many sadhus. They were coming to their house. But there were also some impurities at that time in Sampradaya. So later he became highly educated in Calcutta Scottish Church College in philosophy and all other subjects, also English very good. So then he met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur in Ultadanga Road, Bhaktivedanta Asam in 1922. And he was very much impressed by him. At first he gave some questions about Gandhi movement and all this. Then Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained, we may get like in this government, but that government is same, it will be same like for sense enjoyment only, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and doing sinful activities and corruption and all this. So that is nothing, and it will always change. So nothing ultimate good is not from that thing. Ultimate good is devotion to Krishna, eternal welfare. So Srila Sai Maharaj at that time, Abhacharan, he was very much impressed by hearing Harikatha from Prabhupada, and he thought that finally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching, the propagation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching came into right hands. Because you know, so many Upadesamritas, they were telling we are preaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message, but they were doing immoral activities. But now he saw he's a real, as he many times said, Vaikuntha man, means liberated soul. And Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also told him, after he convinced him, after answering his all question, he convinced him, then he said, why better you propagate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. You are well versed in English, so you spread in English language first meeting. Then, and he was also married, Swami Maharaj, and then later he used to hear Harikatha, but got initiation later on in Allahabad, and then also he met in Prabhupada in Radhakund. There also Prabhupada told him something which entered into his heart. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if you ever get money, he said, I had this desire, so I'm telling you, if you ever get money, print books. So this entered into him. And again, you should spread in English language. So then Sai Maharaj was in Bombay doing business, and serving in Gauriya Math, that local, sometimes speaking Harikatha also. Then Prabhupada performed the pastime of illness, and it looked like he will soon leave this world. So Sai Maharaj was quickly writing him letter that I am unfortunate. I cannot serve you directly as my god brothers are serving you. I am worthless and my life is futile. You please order me some service. Then Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur wrote him letter back. You are well versed in English. You preach in English language. Then soon after that, Prabhupada disappeared. Then Sai Maharaj started publishing Back to Godhead magazine in English and some other articles. There are many old articles you can find, like in 50s, 40s, his English articles in English. Then there was some arrangement by Krishna that his wife, she once sold his Bhagavatam copy to buy tea, that real tea, black tea or green tea, that which is prohibited. Then Sai Maharaj saw that this family life is not favorable. Then he went to Vrindavan and was for some time in Vanaprast. Then he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj and got the name Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. And later on he introduced himself as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. And then he was staying in Vrindavan. There also he was preaching to some local, that league of devotees he established, and there was Harikatha Kirtan. And he started translating Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam into English, and also that magazine was going on. So at that time, our Gurudev, maybe in 63 or something, our Gurudev heard that one disciple of Bhaktivedanta Thakur is staying in Radha Damodar temple. I think you saw his Bhajan Kutir there. That room is still there, near Rupa Goswami's Samadhi Mandir, inside that Radha Damodar temple there. Then our Gurudev went there to bow down to him, because object of worship, God brother and disciple of Bhaktivedanta Thakur. So then Sai Maharaj showed him these magazines in English, and he told him, you read something. Then Gurudev was reading, and he said that it was very indistinct printing. At that time in Vrindavan press, it was difficult to understand. And he showed him also other books with enthusiasm he was doing. Then Gurudev told him, you will not meet our Gurudev. He is now in Vrindavan. Then Sai Maharaj immediately said, yes, I will come. And they already had a relation before, in maybe in end of 40s or 50s. Sai Maharaj, in his household life still, he got tuberculosis, and that is infectious disease. So his wife and other family members did not want him in the house, and there was no money for treatment. So he was in that difficult situation. Then our Parangurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, he took him to our mat in Calcutta. Not this Satish Mukherjee road that came later, the before one, in Rasbihari or Hazara Road, I don't know which one. And they made a special room for him, and he engaged his disciples to serve him like prasad, and also he arranged for those medicines treatment. So for 6 months he was staying in our mat under the care of Parangurudev. He was our Parangurudev was his senior god brother. Means he came before to the mat, took sannyas before. Our Parangurudev had love for all god brothers. He saw, if I respect my god brothers, serve them, that will by this he showed his love for Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So if Parangurudev would not take him at that time, then most probably he would give up body. But it was Krishna's arrangement for such. Our Parangurudev served all his god brothers. Even those who were against him, he served them, everyone. He saw they were graced by my Gurudev, so they are my object of worship. Every festival he invited all god brothers and served them. Sometimes the disciples said, well, we have nothing, no rice, nothing. We cannot invite so many. And Parangurudev said, no, everyone you have to invite with their disciples, not alone, with their disciples. Somehow you have to manage, either you take loan or something, but we have to serve the Vaishnavas. This is our goal of life. We have to serve them. So they were doing. Then Sai Maharaj told in Radha Damodar, yes, I will come. The next day he came to our mat in Mathura Road. You saw it. And they were speaking with Parangurudev inside the room alone, only two. No one knows what they were speaking. Then when Sai Maharaj came out after half an hour, then our Gurudev escorted him to the gate of the mat. Then at the gate, Sai Maharaj told, I have a desire to go outside India for preaching. Will you go with me? It would be beneficial if such a qualified person as you would go with me. Qualified in India means like educated also, and this. So Gurudev was surprised. He did not expect such thing to hear. Then he remained silent and was thinking how I can go. I am now secretary of the mat, and there are so many unfinished works still to be done. Gurudev gave me for institutions, so I cannot go. But he did not say outside. He remained silent. Then ultimately he said that I cannot go because of this. Then Gurudev said that the Swami Maharaj was disappointed in face. And then he went, and Gurudev felt I committed offense. But he said, because one is Diksha Guru, another is his god brother, Shiksha Guru. So I did not answer because I should not disobey either. So what to do? Then he said, I cannot go. And Sai Maharaj tried to get some others also, but could not, because it was Krishna's desire that he should go alone, because that was also necessary. Otherwise, if many opinions and everyone has their own job to do, so Sai Maharaj was selected for this by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prabhupada. So also he got dream in Radha Damodar temple of Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati, because his Pushpa Samadhi is also there, that you should go. Then Sai Maharaj decided and went with the ship with no money, only little money, and very little, like nothing. And he got 2 heart attacks in that ship, but he survived, and many songs he wrote on that ship. One also is special, that Krishna Taba Punya Hove Bhai. Oh, my dear Krishna, my brother, it will be very good for you if you help me with this preaching work. It will be good for you. Why? Because my Gurudev is Radharani, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur is expansion of Radharani, Nayan Moni Manjari. He ordered me to preach. So, Krishna, if you help me, then Radharani will be happy with you. It will be good for you. So you must help me. In this way he was praying. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj told that at that time some special power came to him. Because he, in such a way, fully emptied himself. He was praying for Krishna's mercy. And also that song we were reading when he reached Boston. They said, Krishna, I don't know why you brought me here, but some purpose you have. So whatever your will. Then he came to New York, and with some difficulties there, but he was fixed in his target. His target was to obey the order of his Guru. That was always his wealth and strength and everything. So then, he started chanting with kartals in the park. Then that attracted some people, and those days hippies, they were taking all kinds of drugs, marijuana and opium, and I think LSD maybe came later or already was that time. So they were experimenting with different states of consciousness. So they came to Sai Maharaj in the park when he was chanting Mahamantra. Then they thought he's also some kind of, he's also taking some kinds of drugs or something. So they asked, what kind of consciousness is this you are getting? What kind of state of consciousness, what kind of consciousness? Then he said, Krishna consciousness. Then that time this came, this idea for the name of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That time it was like popular, this to experiment. Army and all, they were experimenting with consciousness, mind, all these things, but with these substances, that is still everything material. But Sai Maharaj had spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So he attracted them gradually, speaking Harikatha, and then everything started. Slowly qualified disciples, they came and they assisted him in preaching work, publishing of books, and so many festivals, and traveling and meeting high people and interviews and all this. So by Krishna's desire, by Nityananda Prabhu's empowerment, as Srila Maharaj told, then it spread like fire, because it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire. Without his desire, it cannot happen. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already told before in Navadip, Pritivite Ache, Joto Nagaradigram, Sarvatra Prachar Hoive Murnam. How many villages and towns and cities and places there are in the world? Pritivite Ache, Joto Nagaradi Gram. Nagaradi means headed by cities, all this. In the whole world, Pritivite, Sarvatra Prachar Hoive Morna. Everywhere my name will be preached. Everywhere. And Sai Maharaj also repeated that many times. Bharata Bhumite jar Janma Hoilo jar Sarta Kori Koro Paro Upakar. Janma Sarta Kori Koro Paro Upakar. Bharat Bhumite Janma Hoilo jar Janma Sarta Kori Koro Paro Upakar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. Those who got this fortune of being born in India, they should make their life successful. Janma Sartak. Koro Para Upakar. And then they should also help or be compassionate to other countries. So what is this? Make your life successful means you have to become Krishna conscious, devotee of Krishna. So Sai Maharaj took that as his duty. And also his Gurudev told him. So then it spread and it was amazing. He himself was amazed by seeing how it is happening. Even sometimes to Srila Sridhar Maharaj, there are some recordings. How he is explaining to him, you can feel he himself is amazed. He said that they gave so much money and I'm printing books in Japan and all going by the grace of Gurudev. How he was explaining, fully amazed himself. And he never took like that pride, some credit. I did. No. Because really he's a devotee. He was fully surrendered to Guru and that power was working. And he himself was amazed. And he shared there with Srila Maharaj. Some recordings I heard. Then he also started more in India also preaching. And first center was in Calcutta. And before that, he sent his disciples, Achyutananda and Jayapataka Maharaj, that time Brahmachari, Jayapataka, and Achyutananda Brahmachari. He sent them to our mat in Calcutta, to our Parangurudev, to be trained in Vaishnava etiquette and kirtan and also legal work. So they came, our Parangurudev received them and he engaged our Gurudev to take care of them. Our Gurudev said, my Gurudev told me they are foreign devotees. So you take special care of them. And later on when we started to come, Gurudev's disciples, foreign disciples, foreign not like outside, but means from other countries, not someone to be neglected, foreign, not in that sense, only as a way of expression that outside of India. We all could feel this, that Gurudev still was having that idea which he heard from Parangurudev. Some special care is necessary for them. We felt in our mat, no one else could understand and had such care as Gurudev, because he got that from his parents. Others could not understand that we are different and chilly, and there is some different adhikar also qualification like this. But Gurudev had that. So he taught, he was teaching Bengali to Achyutananda and also Jayapataka Maharaj, and Kirtan, and about cleanliness after prasad, and all whatever is necessary. Achyutananda stayed 1 year. First he was there, and then Jayapataka Maharaj also 4 or 5 months he stayed. And Gurudev also taught them about legal things of India, how to register institution, how to buy land, all these legal things, how the system is there in India. He taught them. Then they first made in Calcutta one center, then later on in Mayapur, and then also in other places in India. ISKCON spread, Hyderabad and Vrindavan, also a big temple. And Chandigarh also is, Sai Maharaj used to preach there in Punjab. He came to our mat also, Chandigarh, and he wrote in one letter about this. I was there, and they nicely, they received me, and I was speaking Harikatha. So many people came to hear, so it is good, such kind of cooperation. Also, just before, then he is spread all over the world. Then he played the pastime of sickness in Vrindavan. First in London he came, he was that time already sick. Then he came to Vrindavan and wanted to do Govardhan Parikrama, but they did not allow because of his health. Then he got one telegram. Srila Bhaktivedanta Puri Goswami Maharaj also visited him, and Puri Maharaj told him, you should not go from this world now already, because your disciples, they are not yet fully mature, trained. You made 12 gurus, but they are not, there will be chaos. And then Sai Maharaj, I did not make gurus, I made Ritviks, means on my behalf they are giving initiations now. Then Puri Maharaj said, yes, but after your disappearance they will become gurus. Then Sai Maharaj was silent. He said, what to do? Everything is Krishna's will. He told him, you check my pulse, because Puri Goswami Maharaj is Ayurvedic doctor. So he gave him, you check my pulse and see yourself. Then Puri Goswami Maharaj was checking, and then he said, yes, it is like this. He also knew. Ayurvedic doctor, he could, by pulse, he couldn't understand. Yes, there is no chance. Then also Srila Bhakti Hridoy Bongosai Maharaj visited him, and our Parangurudev, he sent him telegram from Chandigarh that I am praying to Krishna for your health, I'm worried. And Sai Maharaj wrote him back in telegram, you please forgive my offenses. All my God brothers, please, they should forgive my offenses. And he explained also to Puri Goswami Maharaj and Bon Maharaj that because of this so big preaching, I became proud, and I spoke something against my God brothers, so you please all forgive me. Then Puri Goswami Maharaj told, no, that was for the sake of preaching, not because of any offense. Otherwise, it cannot happen like this. How it is possible? Our Parangurudev also told, one who is offender, he cannot spread Krishna consciousness. It is impossible. So for some purpose that was there to keep disciples with him, not to go here and there and become confused. So he had to speak in this way. But at the end, he begged for forgiveness, and all God brothers on to Srila Bon Gosai Maharaj told, and Bon Gosai Maharaj took on the behalf of all God brothers. He said, no offense, and others. So then after he finished his job, because that was his job up to that point, and he himself told to his God brothers that I caught many monkeys in the net. I caught, but they are not fully trained. I could not do. There was no time. And you can, because you cannot all of a sudden from hippie lifestyle, only drinking, illicit sex, all these things, tamaguna, quickly you cannot bring them to transcendental platform. And he had to spread, that was the main point, to spread everywhere. So there was not much like individual or like this cultivation. Mostly they had to spread everywhere. No, like very strict sadhana and regulated all this. So he engaged them to spread, book distribution, Nagar Sankirtan and these things. But many things to be taught also. So he requested his God brothers, you please take care of them. And he also told to his disciples that if any philosophical thing or practical, you have to go to Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Gosai Maharaj. And they asked then, but we also don't know how to do your samadhi. Then he said, Srila Narayan Gosai Maharaj is here. Maybe in Mathura, Rupa Sanatan Gauriya, because always he was mostly in Brajadham. So he said, you request him, and Narayan Maharaj also was coming to visit him often in his sickness pastime. So then Sai Maharaj was still doing his translation work up to the last breath and speaking Harikatha, everything. Then Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj was also there doing kirtan, and then when it was Krishna's desire, then on today's Titi he disappeared, entered into Nitya Lila of Radha Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. From here, this Vrindavan Dham in his temple, Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan. Then they made samadhi. All the time Kirtan was going on, and Srila Narayan Gosai Maharaj made samadhi. And then they went to Sridhar Maharaj in Mayapur and asked him for guidance how they should now go on with initiation and all this, and he gave guidelines, but later on some due to some anarthas and some offenses also, some could not remain because of that, and they were also giving teaching to others that such behavior to superiors is not appropriate, and that if you are given some service, that does not mean like you are now gurus, that now you are independent and you are uttamadikari and you are all this. No, you got service to do this as a service. And the gurus are also on different levels. So it does not mean that if you are appointed as a guru, that now you are topmost and you can do whatever you like and misbehave with other senior Vaishnavas. So that teaching was there, that if someone misunderstood his position and also misbehaved due to that, then you will lose that. that is abuse of power, abuse. So then reaction comes, but they were also examples to give us teaching about all those things. So Sai Maharaj disappeared on today's day, and I used to go in Mayapur to his, on this day, his Pushpa Samadhi Mandir is there, very big, and everywhere there's so many Vaishnavas, they will speak about his glories in morning time up to noon from all mats, and so many ISKCON sannyasis, and full packed, and everywhere in ISKCON, in whole area there is some, on every, like some points are there, they will distribute kheer prasad for everyone. In Dona you get that leafy bowl, like you get kheer. If you want more, then you can go to some other point. They don't know you already got. I did not go, but some I saw. They, but there is no problem. There is enough prasad. Sai Maharaj, all merciful. I heard one, his Harikatha today in New York. He was Bhagavatam class, and he was explaining that this, we have to give up sense gratification. Otherwise, there is no question of spiritual life. That is material life, that sense gratification we have to renounce. And he said that there are real problems in life are these: birth, death, old age, and disease. But no scientists, they are making arrangements for our like comfortable living here, but they cannot give solution to this. So there is no use of that. Because it is, he explained the same, like ant is having that eating, sleeping, mating, defending, up to Indra. All these are the real problems of life, but they cannot give solution to this. And then he quoted one verse of Gita, Krishna saying, this world is dukkhalaya, it is place of misery. Then someone said, no, I made arrangement, my wife is good, I'm having a good job, bank account is full, so it is okay. Then Sai Maharaj said, but then Krishna next says, ashashvatam, it is temporary. He said, even if you make nice arrangements for like life, you will be kicked out. You cannot remain, you will be kicked out. Then he said, one should not think that by giving up this sense gratification, then nothing will be there, no enjoyment. He said, no. It is like a sick person, he is eating, sleeping, and healthy person is also eating and sleeping, but there is a big difference of healthy and diseased man. A diseased person, if he has the jaundice, he will take sugar candy, but he will taste it bitter. But that same sugar candy, healthy person will take it and he will taste sweetness. So he said all this worldly sense gratification is temporary. It is always interrupted and full of trouble. Pade vipode, that he said, always danger is there on every step in this world. That all this, and always interrupted. But on spiritual platform, there is uninterrupted enjoyment. That is real enjoyment. So then he again came to that verse in Bhagavad, and he said, so Shukadev Goswami here, he is recommending that if you want to solve all your problems, then you should become a devotee. Then he finished that class. Half an hour. Main points now I just remembered for my own good. He said, if you want to be free, if you want to solve, he said, yes, these scientists, they have no solution. They cannot have, and they are always saying in future we will, in future, no. And moon going and this, no, they cannot give solution. Solution is given by Shukadeva Goswami. You have to become a devotee. So I'm remembering Srila Swami Maharaj in Mayapur, his Samadhi Mandir, bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy for pure devotion to Krishna and his devotees. And we are hearing Sri Upadesamrita. Sai Maharaj also translated this because it is very important book for all sadhakas. He translated it as nectar of instruction. We are hearing first verse, commentary of Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. He also, Sai Maharaj also based his own commentary based on this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. We heard those who are renunciates, who renounced fully this world, then they should follow this, that should not speak any worldly talk, should not hear, and they should not intimately speak with any ladies, even in their dreams. And they should remember that story of Choto Haridas, how Mahaprabhu was not satisfied with him. So here Jagadananda Pandit is saying, if you want to remain in association of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, if you are renunciate, then you should remember that story of Choto Haridas. You should not eat very nicely fancy food, and also not fancy clothes and like this, and in your heart always you should serve Radha Krishna. Then further Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling, those who can completely tolerate the 6 urges of speech, the mind and the body that have now been described are masters of the senses. Goswami, yeah, this also today Sai Maharaj was telling in Harikatha. The Swami means master, and the Goswami means one who is master of the senses. Those who are not master, they are Godas or Maya Das. So those who can completely tolerate the 6 urges of speech, the mind and the body that have now been described are masters of the senses. When souls are in the hands of these 6 urges, they are fit to be called slaves of the senses, Godasas. Only those who are masters of their senses are servants of Krishna. Those who are slaves of their senses are slaves of illusion. And therefore, if they are to become devotees of Krishna, then they have no way other than surrendering at the feet of those who are masters of their senses. You can see this in Sai Maharaj's life, so much opulence came, and so much followers, everything. But he never abused, misused, nothing. Why? Because he was always in the service of Krishna. He utilized everything for Krishna service, never for his own some sense gratification. No. Everything for Krishna service, because he was fully surrendered to his Gurudev. Our Gurudev also told to Sai Maharaj's disciples that you should preserve this ISKCON, but you cannot preach like with only money and these things. That is not possible. How your Gurudev preached? He fully surrendered to his Gurudev, obeying his order. That divine power was there in him. By that one can preach, not by money and these things. So you have to surrender to your Gurudev. Then by his power you can preach. So Prahlad Maharaj has said that those with uncontrolled senses can never become servants of the Lord. And this is this verse from Bhagavatam. Matirna Krishna parato svatova mito vipadeta grihavratanam adanta govir vishatam tamishram punascharvita charvananam nate vidush svarta gatim hi Vishnu durashaya ye bahir arta maninar. This also today Swami Maharaj, this line, chewing what is already chewed. He explained this point. So translation is, inclination towards Krishna never develops by the association of others, means conditioned souls, by one's own efforts, or by the combination of both for those who are attached to household life, who enter darkness because of their uncontrolled senses, and who again and again chew the chewed. The wicked-minded who value external ends cannot understand that Vishnu is the highest end. So this verse was spoken by Prahlad Maharaj. I did not get this devotion because Hiranyakashipu asked him, where you got this devotion? If not from these two gurus, Sanda and Tamarka, then Prahlad said, yes, I cannot get from them. I did not get from them, I did not get from myself. Also, together if we try it, whole world conditioned soul cannot get that inclination. It is impossible. They are all Griha VRATA. They are attached to Griha, means house or body, mind, so many Grihas. So they are in darkness. How they can? They are chewing what is already chewed. They don't know that ultimate goal is service of Vishnu. They are always in Durashaya, always in these evil desires. So how? It is not possible. Only those who are Nishkinchana, who are released from this world, they have attraction to Krishna only. They have no possession. They know everything is Krishna's property. Such Nishkinchanas, you have to take bath in the dust of their lotus feet. Then it is possible to get devotion to Krishna. So I got it from Narad Goswami. He is Nishkinchan. Then here, one song is by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Today also our Guru, means mail came, you saw it, our Gurudev explained this song in English. So only I will read, tomorrow we can read this translation and also translation of our Gurudev. Because Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur wrote these songs, like for Shikastaka we are singing, he also wrote songs of the verses of Upadesamrita. So this is one song. Our Gurudev also liked this song very much. Also tomorrow I can tell one example with this song. Hari he prapanche poriya agoti hoya na dekhi upaya. Agotiro goti charane sharan tomai korino sar. Karama geyan kichu nahi mor sadhan bhajan nai. Tumi kripa moy ami to kangal ahoy tu ki kripa chaye. Vakya mono beg, krodha jiva beg, udara upasta beg, milya esop sangsare bhase, diteche paramodvek. Oneko jatane se soba damone, chari achi asha ami. Anatero nath, daki tabanam, ekono bharasatumi. So beautiful song. Tomorrow we'll hear. Ekono bharasatumi. Now you, Krishna, you are my only hope. Tomorrow we'll hear.